what's the name of the guy who wrote it? He did it. He's passed away. Um, it's a Neo-Celtic harp strung with nylon, and it has lovely um, symbols taken from the Book of Kells on it here. And unlike your orchestra harps, it doesn't have the pedals to get the sharps and flats. You get your sharps and flats. You'll see me flipping levers here on the side, like that's C natural and that's C sharp, right? And a lot of what I do, was suited for the harp, where there wouldn't be a lot of quick changes or accidentals. Um, I don't know what else I can tell you about it. The harp was an instrument that's a symbol of Ireland, um, from the time of Henry VIII, at least, and that says a lot because art, music, it's primary in Ireland, isn't it? The symbol of most countries are eagles or lions or vicious animals, and here it's a musical. In Ireland, it's a musical instrument, right? And it also speaks of the status that uh, the bards used to have in the old days. The poets, the storytellers, the harpists, all the other musicians, they held a part in society that we use with media right now. News, weather, sports, through the great stories of what the battles, the memory of the people were embedded in their art. So they were very important. When the Brits came in, they were wondering, why does the chieftain allow these musicians to sit at the head table? It's because they were very important, high status, right? Now, the old harpists were supposed to be able to play three types of music. One was lullabies or cradle songs or suantra, which made people go to sleep, and also joyful pieces, like I did earlier, and also laments, to mourn the loss of some important person or group of people. So I'm going to do a cradle song. Which I collected from the Bunting collection as well, and it's a cradle song. Yeah. Thank you much.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Since you're the friendly crowd, I'm going to try some things that I don't usually do in concerts. Okay, new for me, and playing in front of. I mean, I've never played in front of other people much. Now, all my life, I've played music by Turlough Carolyn, a great harpist that lived from 1670 to 1738, and uh, we were just lucky to have a lot of his material collected in the Bunting collection. Also, a man by the name of Donald O'Sullivan did a comprehensive book on it. He wrote hundreds of lovely little tunes. He was a blind man. Uh, During his teen years, he became blind. He was trained on the harp. and he wrote tunes mostly uh, named after people, right? Uh, Now this is one is a relatively new one for me. It's called Kyondu Dilish, which would be, literally black sweet head, but I mean it's usually translated as my little dark-haired dearie. It's a love song, right? And it, it Nellie O'Connor, he wrote it for a friend. Uh, that anyway, it's kind of spooky and I love it. So here it is. Yeah, I
Beautiful,
love that.
beautiful.
It's such a pretty piece, and it's kind of spooky too, isn't it? Going back
I've never
maybe.
heard that one before.
No, no, I got it from the singing of a song, a lovely singer in Ireland by the name of Katrina O'Leary. And, she's like all us musicians, kind of can't perform now and kind of broke. So she does these weekly sessions where she sings two or three songs. And she did that, and I almost fell over. It was so gorgeous. I actually wrote her, an email, and she sent me the music, right?
Oh, how lovely.
And
Yeah.
and then I found a version of it on in O'Donnell as well.
Uh-huh.
So it was a hidden gem, as far as I could see.
Right, right.
Here's a kind of new one for me. I put it on my new recording, hint hint, which is available on Apple iTunes and all that's right. And this is called Bumper Square Jones, and bumpers are full glasses of ale, right? So it's kind of a drinking song, and this is by O'Carolyn. So it one of those drinking songs, one of those happy songs, right? That we should do. Um, I'm just kind of skipping around here, but let me try another new one on you. How about that?
Sure, sure.
Right? This one is called Terence McDonough's Lament, and Terence McDonough was a lawyer actually, and he was the rare lawyer who lived, after the loss and the Battle of the Boyne, and there were a series of penal laws that were meant to, uh, you know, take away the power of the native Irish, and he was the rare lawyer, and he was a patron of the arts. He helped support harpists, and he helped support uh, uh, poets like Cathal McCabe and Turlough O'Carolan, of course. He lived around the same time. So when he passed, all these artists wrote elegies for him and or tunes and stuff. And this is one that O'Carolan was said to have written. So it's so sad. Lately, lately I seem to really just like the sad ones. Sorry. But let's see, what else should I do for you
Hey,
here?
Dennis, how about if we go around and see if somebody else has a party piece, and then
Okay.
we'll come back to you again. I'm sure we have plenty of time. I see Ken's got his guitar ready. Ken, you want to do something for this? I'll unmute you.
I'm away, John. See ya.
See you, Joe. Thanks for
Wonderful.
coming.
Hey, everybody. Dennis,
Thanks, Dennis. Thank you.
Thank you.
that's beautiful stuff. A couple of things I wanted to, so when you come back in again, I want to hear a little bit more about how long you've had that harp and where did you get it? And I have known you since, I think, before you started to play the harp, from the earliest days of Inish Free back in the 70s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you were just a fantastic musician, and it's such a pleasure to listen to you play O'Carolan, you know? And also maybe you might mention that as he was blind, okay, and I heard he got blind from having meningitis as a kid, you know? I don't know how true that is. But all those hundreds of tunes that he wrote, I have learned to believe that they were almost the first Irish music to be actually written down on paper by other scribes, if you like, and how up to that point in Irish history, everything was passed on through the oral tradition. But O'Carolan's tunes were actually written down by people, which is why we have so many of them today. And you can't beat O'Carolan anytime, you know. So it's a great pleasure to hear you tonight. I don't know. I just came in and thought, hey, I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing the Wild Mountain Time because I see that somebody there says Scotland, and a lot of Scottish people think this is a Scottish song. But I know for a fact it was written by the McPeak family of Belfast, and they still have the same shop on the corner up on the Falls Road where they sell ice cream, tobacco, chocolate, shovels, black pudding, you name it, they sell it, you know.
Hey Ken, quick point. Do you have your Zoom on original sound? Do you see
What's
that in the upper left-hand corner? Turn on original sound. I think the guitar sounds better on the original sound. Do you have that menu item? Upper left-hand corner.
Recording. You are using enhanced encryption. I don't think I have that information.
All right. Sometimes it sounds better if you use original sound rather than their Zoom filtered sound.
Yeah.
Especially on the guitar, but we'll see.
Here we go. Anyway, okay.
Very good.
Well, the summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme goes around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, I will build my love a tower, neath yon clear crystal fountain, and around it I will gather all the wild flowers of the mountain. Where you go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, if my true love does not come, I will surely find another to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, sing it if you know it, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Where you go, lassie, go, where you go, lassie, go, where you go, lassie, go.
Woo! Hey.
Get him in, Marvin.
I hit unmute all, but a few of them stayed muted. I don't know why.
Thank you.
We get used to be muted on other Zooms.
Right.
This is my third Zoom meeting today.
Wow.
this afternoon. So sorry, but I'm eating dinner as I.
How rude. How rude.
That's great. Thank you, Ken. That was
You're
fun.
welcome, John. Thanks very much, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike McChesney here. I'm eating dinner too, and I have to say that that Dennis makes for a wonderful dining experience when you have some background harp music. Not
Yeah.
to say anything's wrong with you, Ken, but for exceptional dining, you can't beat a harp.
Yep.
Very gentle sound.
Very good. Does somebody else have something ready to contribute? A song or a poem? Everybody shy tonight?
Hurry up or I'll sing another one.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Sure.
Okay, I'll do another one. And another one pops right into my mind. It's a song that I recorded years ago. Originally made famous by the Clancy brothers. Called The Holy Ground, which is about the little village of Cove in Cork. And I slowed it down. The Clancy brothers did a really raucous, over-the-top, lively version of it, but I slowed it down to, it's a song. Did I do this the last time, John?
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay. Lovely song about the village of Cove and the girls who worked in the evening time in the area known as the Holy Ground. Fare thee well, my lovely Dinah, 1,000 times adieu. We're going away from the holy ground, the girls that we all love true. We will sail the South Sea over, and we'll return for sure to see again the girls we love, the holy ground once more. You're the girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Now the storm is raging, we are far from the shore. The good old ship is tossing about, and the rigging is all torn. But the secret of my mind, love, you're the girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. You're the girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Now the storm is over, we are safe and we're well. We'll go into a public house, we'll sit and we'll drink our fill. We will drink strong ale and porter, we make the rafters roar. And when our money is all spent, go to sea once more. You're the girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. You're the girl I do adore, and still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. 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 Thank you.
For those who didn't know that, Ken does a concert every Sunday at 2 p.m. in his living room.
That's
It's
right.
great fun. Every week's a different theme. And last week wasn't it the Irish Immigrant Experience?
Yeah,
That was really great.
yeah, thank
And you can always, if you missed it, you could always catch it. It's recorded on his Ken O'Malley Music or Facebook page. Just
Yeah,
has all, what is it? What are you up to 31 shows now?
I think 33 Sundays I've done it in a row.
33 Sundays in a row. They're all there in the can, so you can just
Yeah.
check them out anytime.
Ken O'Malley Irish Music. That's my, if you go to Ken O'Malley Irish Music on Facebook, or you can just go to my website, kenomalley.com, and you can go straight to the link there. If you don't have Facebook, you can still watch it, okay, on your computer. And
Right.
it's at 2 o'clock every Sunday. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's unbelievable.
It
Unbelievable.
is. It's good fun. It's great to
Unbelievable.
see it live, but if you missed it, you could still catch it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want the evening to go without a poem, so I'm going to stick one in for you. This is by a Dublin poet. He was a school teacher. He was a Gaeilgeoir. He was in the Irish Republican Brotherhood. He was one of the main people in the Irish Rebellion, and he wrote this poem a few months before the Easter Rising, and he predicted how it would play out and his death in this poem. And so it's very interesting. It's called "The Fool" by Patrick Pearse, and it goes, "I have squandered the splendid years that the Lord God gave to my youth in attempting impossible things, deeming them alone worth the toil. Was it by folly or grace? Not men shall judge me, but God. God, if I had the years, I would squander them all over again. Yes, fling them from me, for this I have heard in my heart, that a man shall scatter, not hoard, shall do the deed of today, not think of tomorrow, shall not bargain or huckster with God. And the lawyers sat in council with long stern faces and said, this man is a fool. Others have said he commit blasphemy. And the wise pity the fool, who hath given his life for a dream, in a world of time and space, against the bulk of actual things, to dream a dream that only the heart can hold. O wise men, riddle me this, what if the dream come true? What if the dream come true, and millions unborn shall dwell in the house I have shaped in my heart, the noble house of my thought?" And that poem is recited at gravesides of patriots to this day. He wrote it for Jeremiah O'Donovan Rose's funeral, and it caught on in some
Well,
sense.
Beautiful.
Very good. So do we have anything else? We're going to go back to Dennis.
is Dennis still there? Oh, very
I'm
good.
still here.
Everybody's shy tonight. Usually we have some more contributions, but
Other people. Where's Sally tonight?
you know, she just went to bed early. She just worked really hard, and I fed her dinner, and she crashed and slept. So
Oh, okay.
and she had something ready too. She's going to do a Yeats poem next time.
Okay.
So if we don't have anybody else, we'll let Dennis. Oh, Leslie has something.
Yeats, the Lake Isle of Innisfree.
Oh, Teresa.
Well, later. I'll do it later. I have to find it.
Okay.
It's on my desk.
Very good. Leslie, you have something for us?
I have one line for you. What I do is I started collecting books about Ireland, and people have found out that that's what I do. So they bring me books. And so I'm up to about 40 books now. Some I've read, some I will read. And it's, some are really funny and some of them are really rough to read, but they're just fabulous. So I just grabbed one that someone brought to me just called Irish Wit and Wisdom, and I opened it up and I saw one line that I loved, and it's by George Bernard Shaw. "I'd rather be an Irishman than an Englishman, but then who wouldn't?" And that's it.
Is that politics?
Okay,
That's as far as I go today.
it could be adapted.
Yeah. Who's talking?
Yeah.
Yep.
And oh no, that's weird. There's a mic and a Mike. You're there twice.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. I think Ann's got a better connection than I do.
It's kind of spooky. It's like Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Very much. It's your alter ego.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's my alter ego is Ann Doherty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ann wants to show off she's got lights everywhere. I don't know.
We decorate for Halloween and for Christmas.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Here she
Okay.
comes. All right.
All right.
The New York skyline. I can't tell any difference.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you hold this? Can
Yeah, could be.
You can see the Empire State Building.
Okay, Ann's got something here.
All right.
And Ken, isn't your Halloween show on again or something?
This Saturday night, yes, Samhain.
Samhain, yeah. I've been promoting that on my emails. And
Yeah, the
Facebook.
best thing again to do is just go to my website. It's there's a optional $10 donation. It's a lot of fun. We've been doing it for about 10 years, live on stage in Hollywood. But this year we're doing it virtually on Zoom. So it's a really fun show of all kinds of ghoulish. I am the narrator. And
Very good.
lots of ghoulish.
Yeah, I'm
shows.
looking forward to it. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen it advertised every year. Never got down to see it live. So
Or
You know, I tell you one thing about this COVID. I've caught cats. I caught Phantom of the Opera. I caught all kinds of stuff that I never saw. They just had freebies on or donations on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
YouTube. I don't know.
Go to my website, keno'malley.com. You can see Samhain and how to get into it and everything.
It's a great show. I've seen it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And looking forward to seeing too the
All kinds of musicians.
virtual version.
That'll be Saturday night?
Yes.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
7:00 Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that going to be recorded by chance?
I think you can maybe see it. It actually already has been. We're just going to show it. I can find out. It may be on again. Yeah. You
If
know.
you're getting my emails, you've seen it, I think, or I'll promote it one more time before now.
Yeah, thanks, John. And if you don't have $10, just show up anyway.
What you doing?
Well, Ken, you were asking about
Yes.
the old days, remember? Yeah, industry's still around mostly.
Yeah, I know.
But of course, COVID killed our March season. Yeah, I got this harp, this one, and I'm playing it because it's the oldest one and it's really beautiful, of course.
Beautiful.
Back in like '83, my wife surprised me one Christmas because she knew that I was. This was BC, before cable and before children, so we had money and time back then, and now we have neither. But now that I'm retired, I'm beginning to get the time back. So, yeah, this is from Robinson's Harp Shop in Mount Laguna, California. And Robinson was a retired State Department guy who had been all over the world, got interested in harps in South America, on Central and South American harps. And when he retired, he started to make them. And this is a copy of a harp that was made around the turn of the last century, mostly for fine young ladies to play their party piece when the guests come over, right? It's called a Lindemann harp, and I had better levers on. I put better levers on this one than there were originally, but yeah, it's a sweet harp. It's held together all these years, and I've had it fixed several times too for things.
I was noticing your levers. It looks like they turn sideways rather than flip up and down.
These are blades, the blade levers,
Hmm.
right? And you can tune them by pushing it in or out, because they're kind of at an angle, and they don't as much as original ones. Had a little bolt in it, and there were moving parts, and so you'd be having a kind of a buzzy sound as you're playing along. But this is Nice. Yeah. Yeah. You were with the Mulligans back then, Ken, right?
Right. That's right.
And I remember at one of those Irish fairs at the Equestrian Center. We were all rushing to try to get set up, and we were getting pressure from the committee to hurry up, get started, And you said, just take it easy and do it right, so you're into it. I remember that. It was good advice.
Thank you.
Couple more, John, here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm on kind of a roll here with O'Carolan. I'll do the one called Blind Mary, and Blind Mary was a fellow harpist, right? And he probably learned tunes from her, and he was close to her. And I think there's a story where he actually helped break her out of jail. So that's close. So.
And I'd love to hear a song tonight if you're up to it. I like that one you sing in Irish. I forgot what it's called.
I'll do a song.
Great.
Dennis, there must be a wonderful story to be told about the blind leading the blind out of jail.
Well, you get bits and pieces in some of the notes in the O'Sullivan book, but they did have, he didn't go around, Ireland totally helpless. He had a guide, and he had a horse, and usually he had a circuit where he went from one place to place. But he did drink to excess, as did many of the musicians at the time, and I believe she got locked up for that. And somehow, in the middle of the night, he contrived to get her out. So, quite the character. Well, here's a tune in honor of that O'Carolan wrote in honor of a girl by the name of Frances Power, or Fanny Power, and I'll sing it in the Irish language. And it's a song of praise. It's talking about how beautiful she is. She always gets the prize for beauty. She's gorgeous. She's like a swan that lives on the side of the lake. And he wrote it in honor of her marriage. It's a wedding song, kind of like kind of like the salute or sláinte, after the ceremony, right? At one point he says, "Oli go trean na den nigifali." It means drink up, and don't be slack. That is guzzle. It's a it's kind of a celebratory, right? It's me and my daughter going in with is the stan and Rigas coil, the fees on some valley tuck one lock reef, can't wake nor custom made of. Is there oxys trehawk, Viking Vreskavanta, green hair on a perla just galanta, only no tray on a denny folly, a hair in funny in Dolye. Shuri and all it took twiva when the shlut you far to the young and ground you funny just gone on and wheeze man walk for blood make they holly now rock me sail go me make your canasa up some go hair rock smear the vanish open motivation and never spray like hair the linen and bond. It's an oxys trehawk and Viking Vreskafanda, green hair on the perla just galanta, only got tray on the denny valley for hair and funny in Dolye.
That's outstanding.
Go to Margaret.
Yeah.
What a treat.
John, can I read a poem?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So this is by a not yet famous Irish American writer. All right. When I was a child, I dreamed of being anywhere but here, lying on my bed and looking out my third floor apartment window to the treetops and the railroad tracks in the distance. I longed for another place to be.
We lost the audio.
Oh, we lost your audio.
Trying to get it back. There you go.
Oh, okay. Was I totally muted?
We met when you looked at the tree from your
Oh, okay.
window.
All right. Let me see.
You
To the
just started.
treetops and the railroad tracks in the distance. I longed for another place to be. Listening to Dirty Old Town by Chad and Jeremy was my anthem, a melancholy anthem. I had no vision for how this other place would be. Anything had to be better. There had to be something better than an empty refrigerator, better than the loud drunk arguments in the middle of the night when Dad came home drunk again, better than the illogical, unreasonable rants of Ma when she was off, better than this life where there was never enough of anything for anyone. There were no words for what hurt, what was missing, what was needed. Few words spoken or dreamed of in this home. Only visions given in songs like Up on the Roof by the Drifters or Downtown by Petula Clark. The music given to me because my sister was 5 years older and she always had a radio. She always had footing in a bigger world than ours. When I was a child, I dreamed of being just anywhere but here. No words were mine to dream of being in a world where people used words to talk about feelings, exchange ideas, give encouragement. No words were mine to dream of being in a world where people talked openly about the drunk scenes playing out in the kitchen the night before, where people talked about what possibilities might even exist to help Ma, whose psychotic episodes were increasingly frequent, where people could use words like, I feel, I want, I need, I dream of, where people learned that although the present may feel hopeless, we can even talk about that, because words can build ladders that help us climb out of deep, dark holes, because words can build worlds where not just nightmares come true, but words can build worlds where dreams worlds where the spoken held and heard in both the memory of the mind in the timeless holding container of the heart. The end.
Wow. Oh.
Heavy.
Always.
Teresa, did you have a poem ready for us?
I was going to recite the Lake Isle of Innisfree, W.B. Yeats. You all know him, famous Irish poet. And Lake Isle of Innisfree is a wee island off Lough Gill in County Sligo on the west coast of Ireland. So I always, when I was in stressful situations at work, I would go and visit the Lake Isle of Innisfree in my mind, and it would help me get through the day. So it goes like this. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there of clay and wattles made. 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for the honey bee, and live alone in the bee loud glade. And I will have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the veils of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening's full of the linnet wings. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear low. Okay, I have to look at that one.
Low sounds of the lake water lapping.
Yeah, I hear the water lapping with low sounds by the shore, while I stand on the pavement, stand on the roadway or on the pavement's gray. I hear it in the deep heart's core.
Yep.
Deep
Very
hearts.
good.
Nice.
I'd like to share something. I don't know how many of you know about this, but something happened in Ireland 2 days ago. And I know Halloween is around the corner and there's no real connection. But this is the kind of stuff that Irish plays are written about. There was a triple murder suicide in Kanturk in County Cork, where a 59-year-old man, his 29-year-old son, and his 23-year-old son were found dead, okay? And the mother, who was 60 years of age, was apparently alive and well inside the house. Gunshots were heard at about 6:40 a.m. in the morning, and the mother apparently alerted the police. And when they came out, they found the 23-year-old dead of a gunshot wound in his bedroom. And they searched, they brought everybody out, the emergency response units and a helicopter found the other 2 bodies, not in the same area, but on the land, okay? And both died of gunshot wounds. And the latest was that they found a 12-page suicide note in the boy's pocket inside the house. And they haven't given too many details, but it was to do with an issue between him and his father on one side, and the 29-year-old boy and his mother on the other side, about dividing up the land. Only the stuff of Ireland. The stuff of Ireland, modern Ireland. I mean, you know, I had the pleasure of playing at the opening of the Field movie at the Academy in Beverly Hills years and years ago with Richard Harris and Sean Bean. And I know you guys know the play, the Field. This is the kind of stuff that stuff's about. And you know, I'm not saying Ireland's the only place stuff like this happens, but I don't think any of us have heard anything like this in the last 50 years in Ireland. I mean, my God, it's just arguing over it. The will had already been drawn up, apparently, and there was an issue, and 3 people are dead.
What part of Ireland was that?
A 115-acre farm just outside Kanturk in North Cork.
Oh,
It only happened on Monday.
Right now, mental
Yeah.
health issues with COVID. and people are experiencing a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I was in the store yesterday, and people were just rude, and I was just glad to get out of there. And I know they're scared. They're scared now. We're going into maybe another, who knows, lockdown, and so you can see why their anxiety levels are way up there.
I think that's why it's really important to get conscious about what are the things that we can do to nurture and to enliven us, because everything around us right now is designed to deaden and demoralize. And God help us with next election here. But, you know, like, that's why, like, you really must get conscious. And because if you don't choose to engage in the things that bring life, then death will be the default setting, you know? And the death comes in the form of depression and getting drunk or getting stoned, you know, being angry, you know, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, on that gloomy note,
Yeah. Now that we're all teared up.
Well, not only that, but where's Fungi or Fungi, the dolphin?
Yeah.
he's not been found. Fungi,
Has
Fungi
it?
the dolphin.
I
Fungi
heard there was a sighting off Cork, but
Yeah. Fungi the dolphin, he's been in Dingle Bay for Fungi the dolphin's been in Dingle Bay for 39 years.
Yeah.
He's the #1 attraction
Yeah.
in Dingle Harbor, and he went missing. He's nowhere to be seen lately, so they think he's either, I guess they live to be maybe 50 years of age, so he may have passed on, or he may have been attacked, or he may have just gone off for greener pastures.
All right, so let's do the
2020.
remember fungi.
I heard one kind of hopeful thing that apparently as they get older, they will sometimes join with other packs or groups of dolphins where they can their food can be augmented. They will find catching food more easy with a larger group. So maybe he just swam out to sea with another group.
hope so.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you want to, I think we've had a good long show. It was great fun. Maybe Dennis can play us out.
Okay,
Thank you, Dennis.
I'll do a tune that I heard on the movie Little Women, and it's called "The Land of the Leal," and it's I guess Bobby Burns put a song to it, put words to it, but it may be older than that. And the land of the Leal is heaven, and a woman, the wife is dying, and she's telling her husband, she's comforting her husband, and says that, well, don't worry, we'll all be together soon, and we'll see our daughter, and I'll see her and take care of our daughter in heaven, and all that. So there you go.
And don't forget to check out Dennis's website. It's in the email I sent. Make sure you bookmark it and take a look at his CDs. And someday he'll be performing again. Live.
Hopefully.
Thank you, thank you. Teresa, did you have something you wanted to add?
Well, when we meet again,
Oh, right, we haven't talked about that.
yeah, next month we'll have Thanksgiving on the 25th. So maybe we could meet, it'll be 3 weeks from now on the 18th.
That sounds good to me. All right,
Yeah.
well, let's skip a week.
I mean, there's not much happening. People I talk to don't seem to have an interest in joining a club right now because they don't know when they'll ever get physically around people. So they're just, wait and see. So
Well, this is a good way to keep in touch until we can get
yeah,
together.
right. But, 3 weeks, I think, for
Okay.
now, pretty good. So that would be the 18th.
Yep, sounds
And
good to me.
soon an hour before that, so I can kill 2 birds with the one stone.
Great, great. Somebody else have something else they want to add?
I think there was something at the Celtic Arts Center on Friday, but I don't
Yes.
remember.
I just got the email. They're doing a Halloween party too. I don't know whether it's online or what. I didn't read it yet, but I got an email from them today.
Yeah, it's online.
Arts Center, yeah.
I'm sure it would be.
Right.
But I gotta run. I'll see you guys Saturday night on Samhain, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Ken.
Bye,
Yes.
Chef.
Bye,
Yes.
Thanks a lot for fun.
Thank you, Dennis. That was so great. You love your harp.
Yes.
Go, bra.
Sharing that
Very
with us.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do you have a tip jar, or do you just
I
sell?
don't know, just check out my my new recording. It's called Swift River, and it's available on Apple iTunes for download.
Oh, I
and,
see. Yeah, we could just download it nowadays.
Or contact me directly, and I can send it to you.
So
It's,
used to buying CDs. Great, Swift River.
yeah, and I prefer physical CDs because I've got all this notes in it and
Me
everything.
too, but it's a lot easier
Yeah.
to do the download. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent.
Thanks for having me. This has been fun.
Thanks for coming, Dennis.
Bye, Chef.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Bye.
See you soon.
Thank you. Son.
Longo phone.
Yep. Iowa.
How do we contact Dennis directly?
Well, look up Dennis Doyle Harp on YouTube, or
Okay.
I'm Google me, Dennis Doyle Harp. Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I put his link on the web on my email. If I didn't, I'll put it in the next one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Hey.
Very good. Thank you,
Take it easy,
everybody.
man.
Bye-bye.
Wonderful.
Good night.
Bye.